should actually buy this DeLonghi Dinamica Plus? Who should walk away? And is the price justified for a regular coffee-drinking household? That's the question on most people's minds when they stare at a sleek, 24-profile espresso machine in a showroom or online catalog. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The decision isn't just about the glossy screen or the promise of one-touch drinks, it's about how the machine fits into a real kitchen routine, whether it eases the daily coffee grind, and whether you'll end up with more delight than disappointment after the warranty expires. Let's start with the hesitation most buyers feel. A fully automatic espresso maker sounds like a dream for anyone who loves cafe-quality drinks but hates the time sink of grinding beans, tamping, and frothing milk manually. Yet the very same promise can be a red flag for people who already have a simple drip coffee maker and only occasionally crave a latte. If you're the type who wakes up, hits a button, and walks away, the Dinamica Plus might feel like an over-engineered shortcut. Conversely, if you enjoy exploring coffee styles throughout the day, straight espresso, a velvety cappuccino, a cold brew-like iced latte, then the ability to store 4 user profiles and push a single button for more than 24 recipes could be exactly the kind of convenience you're after. The big selling point is the built-in Conical Burr grinder with 13 grind settings. In practice, that means you can go from a fine espresso grind to a coarser setting for a more drip-style brew without swapping equipment. I've seen people set the grinder to a medium coarse level and use the machine as a single-serve drip coffee maker, which saves counter space and reduces the need for a separate coffee maker. The downside: the grinder is housed inside the machine's chassis, so cleaning it can be a bit fiddly. If you're someone who likes to rinse out grinds after each use, be prepared for a weekly maintenance routine that involves disassembling the grinder housing, a step that isn't highlighted in the glossy marketing video. Another practical strength is the latte creamer system with 3 frothing modes. For a family that likes milk-based drinks, the automatic steam wand delivers consistent microfoam for cappuccinos and a warm milk setting for lattes. In a real-world scenario, I watched a busy mom with 2 kids use the machine during a weekend brunch. She set her profile to milk alternative, chose a soy milk froth, and within a minute had 3 perfectly frothed glasses ready for her children. The system also remembers the user's temperature preferences, which cuts down on the trial and error most people face when switching from dairy to plant-based milks. However, the frother does have a learning curve. The first few attempts can produce larger bubbles if the milk is too cold or the pitcher isn't positioned just right. It's not as straightforward as a dedicated milk frother, so if you're only after occasional hot chocolate, you might find the extra steps unnecessary. The 3.5-inch TFT touchscreen is another highlight that some reviewers love and others find overwhelming. The colorful display allows you to scroll through 24 preset recipes, edit drink parameters, and even see the most frequently used drinks at a glance. For a tech-savvy household, the interface feels like a modern appliance that integrates smoothly with other smart kitchen gadgets, especially when you sync the machine with the DeLonghi app to adjust settings remotely. On the flip side, the soft touch buttons can be a bit finicky when your hands are wet or if you're trying to select a drink in a rushed morning. There's also the occasional ghost touch where the screen registers a phantom tap, which means you may need to double-check your selection before the machine starts grinding. Now, let's talk about who should actually invest in this machine. If you have at least 2 coffee enthusiasts in the house, each with distinct taste preferences, say one likes a dark, intense espresso and the other prefers a milder, milk-laden latte, then the 4-profile system pays off. The ability to store these presets means you won't waste time readjusting grind size, temperature, or milk texture every morning. Also, if you already own a quality Burr grinder and prefer to keep the espresso machine separate, the built-in grinder might feel redundant, and you could end up paying a premium for a feature you don't use. In that case, a simpler super-automatic model without an integrated grinder could be more cost-effective. Price is always a hurdle. The Dinamica Plus sits in the upper mid-range for home espresso makers, hovering around the $1,500 mark. For someone who drinks multiple specialty drinks daily, the cost can be justified by the time saved and the reduction in disposable coffee shop receipts. Let's do a quick mental math. If you spend $5 on a café latte each day, that adds up to roughly $1,800 a year. Even if you only replace half of those purchases with homemade drinks, you start breaking even within a year. For an occasional coffee drinker, someone who only has a cappuccino on weekends, the price becomes harder to defend, especially when less expensive machines